Do I need to do that?
Oh, no, just read it out loud to yourself just to make sure it sounds good.
No, but when we do it we're not going to record our voices. We're
Later.
just going to summarize it.
We're going to do that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as we complete the presentation.
So you're correct, Lurban. After the presentation's all written out, after we have all the slides in the PowerPoint, then we'll meet together as a group again. And I would encourage everybody to participate. It sounds like Stephen might not be able to if he has a schedule conflict.
I won't be able to. Yeah.
But the way we did it last time is once we had that narrative, then we just started the slideshow, and we just rotated as each person took turns reading the narrative. Then we just flipped through the side, or sorry, the slide rather. And anyways, we got you saw the results after that. So
yeah, I think it'll be fun if everybody.
I thought that worked well. If I can figure out how, and maybe Jesus, if you have a student account where you can record, maybe we could use your account. If I can figure it out before then. I have a student account. I tried to set it up, but for some reason it won't give me, it acts the same as my free account. So it won't let me record any longer than 40 minutes. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Well, let me ask you real quick. My understanding is if you go to the bottom of your modules list, under student resources, there should be a student help guide to getting started with the Zoom.
Okay.
And that's the one that's supposed to have the free Zoom.
All right, I'll give that a try.
Course help.
Okay.
And if I need some help, I'll text you or give you a call later in the week if you're okay with that.
Sure, no problem.
Just don't call him early in the morning like
Yeah,
I did. Then when we need to be sending chocolates to your wife.
See? We got to keep our humor about things, right?
Yes, we do.
So, guys, when should we have the presentation by?
That's a good question. What do you guys want to do?
Next week.
I think definitely if we can have our written contribution ready for Monday, for our next Monday's meeting. That way we can finalize plans on recording.
Yeah.
Just so we can get everybody's involvement and everybody's contribution and make sure we have everything together.
Yeah, that sounds great because it gives me time to practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Does that sound okay with everybody?
That sounds
That
good.
sounds good to me. You said Monday?
Monday night, yeah, for Monday's meeting.
Yeah.
That way we have Monday to finalize everything and determine, if we want to have a third meeting to record everything as a Google Doc or a Google PowerPoint, whatever,
Okay.
or whatever modem we're using,
Okay.
we can determine that on Monday.
Okay.
Okay.
Our backup plan in case we can't get Zoom to work, I can record it on Zoom and then upload it to YouTube, and then we'd use the YouTube link. But if we can figure out how to record it, so I can record on Zoom, but I can't make it a public link. I can't make it a viewable link. It just downloads it to my hard drive rather than uploads it virtually for everybody else to see. So then I have to upload it to YouTube to be shareable. So that's what we're talking about. If we can get the student account to record the meeting, then we can just simply share the Zoom link.
I do have. Actually, you can also create the Zoom meeting for a school. You just need to include the email, and the system recognizes it automatically.
Okay. And again, if you guys want me to be the editor on that, I'll be happy to take that role. If any change, I'm okay with that too.
I second.
I want to clarify just to make sure that everybody's got the responsibility covered. Like someone's in charge of editing and submitting. Let's make sure it gets done.
Okay, Jason, don't kill me, but I want to make sure that I'm not doing my part wrong again, like I did last week, and then put another. So then you will create the Google Doc, right? And you'll send it to us like you usually do.
Sure, I can do that.
And
Yeah.
is that what you were planning to do? Is that your thought?
In my
Or what
mind,
were you
that's what I anticipated.
Yeah. And then I will look at my name. You'll have our names.
Mhm.
And would you spell out the element, or you will just have the section and I have to figure it out the element and summarize it?
So it's going to look a lot like the rubric does.
Okay.
So how the rubric does the definition or the statement of the requirement for the element, that's what I'll paste.
Yeah.
So then you just add your narrative in that area.
Okay.
The same
So
as we've
you'll
done in
have
the
my name.
past.
Okay. So I will read element 8 and element B. That's the content that I will be reading so I can summarize it, right?
Yeah, for example, for element B, you were assigned
Yes.
section 10, right? Or part of section 10.
Yes.
So
So like in element A, I did 9, but remember I was sick, but I only did 1 and I won, but I'm willing to do the other ones because I'm okay now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep. So
Okay,
you'd summarize
and then
element
the other
9.
ones.
And then for element 10, for example, you and Nephi shared element 10. So you would just summarize element 10.1 and 10.2, and Nephi would do 10.3.
Okay.
And just remember that where there's several sections in each element, just remember that we have 15 elements. So keep that in mind. That doesn't give us very long for each element.
That should make
Some-
it easier.
Some
If you
can be
think about
longer
it.
than others, but that means that if it's going to be longer, then some have to be shorter too, right? If we have to do it in 15 minutes, and we have 15 elements, on average, that's 1 minute per element. But some elements may be 30 seconds, maybe some will be 2 minutes.
Okay.
Well, if you think about it, that should be no more than 4 bullet points, really.
Yeah.
Because if you're reading a sentence, let's say it takes you 20 seconds a sentence, which I guess that's kind of a long drawn out sentence, but you're thinking about that should be 6 sentences max. Like a thesis statement, 3 supporting,
Per slide.
sentences. And, yeah, because I mean, when you're reading through that, I mean, it, like it, that should come as a relief, not to put pressure. That should make you feel, good.
I'm already pressured. Thank you. Okay.
No,
But it's just because I like to talk. And
well,
that's
you've
how
already
I
did the
write,
hard
so
work.
I know. That's my
All you have to do is take what you had, put like maybe 6 bullet points, and say, okay, if I had to summarize my paragraph in 6 bullet points, it would be that.
okay.
Done.
Just do like Jason and write yourself a brief statement, a brief summary,
Yeah.
and that's all you have to do.
Don't even know what it says.
Okay.
You guys are great.
So it is fair if I repeat, right? Like not repeat, but you know what I mean? Like, because I will take it from that content. It'll be okay if I grab from that.
Well,
Oh,
that's where
absolutely,
you want to
yes.
grab your information from. Is you want to grab the information that you've already created and then summarize it into a very brief statement. That's all you're doing.
Okay.
Okay, but and it needs to be in a way that you're presenting. You have to look at it. Okay, I came up with. Stop and think about. Okay, you did all this studying to create a couple of paragraphs. Now all you're doing is taking those little paragraphs and reducing it to a couple of sentences. That's all we're doing with the presentation.
Yeah. So like, for instance, you know how 10.2, for instance, you go with the cons and pros of the 3 things that I decided, right? Like joint venture and why not? So I have to keep in mind that I would have to put all of those kind of together and just do it in like that slide of 10.2 will be only 6 sentences, right?
For example, on one slide, you want to list the different options that you have available, and all you want to do is say, okay, these were the 3 options that we looked at.
Uh-huh.
This was the good thing on each of them. This was the bad thing. We chose this.
And
you
that's
make
one
it-
slide.
Yeah, and that's it. That's all you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, does that make sense, Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think so.
to me is the, okay, perfect. So I don't want to come on Monday and everybody's erasing it. You know what I mean? What I've done.
Well, and that's what we're going to do Monday next week is go
Don't
over and
erase
okay,
it.
this is what we needed. This is what we need to change. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'll probably put too much. Okay. And you know, like Steve was saying, it's okay to have too much because that gives us something to take out.
Yep.
Okay. And that's
Okay.
not a bad thing. But you know,
That's
make
okay,
it
yes.
as simple as possible.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. 3 options. Okay.
All right,
perfect.
guys. I'm out for the evening. Okay.
You're good. Thank
Good
you.
All right.
night.
Have a good
Yeah.
night, Stephen.
You
Good
too.
night.
Thanks.
Have a good week next week.
You too. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. All right.
I mean, does anybody have any other
Anything else?
questions on this?
Okay. I
think
might
we
have
got it ironed out.
questions when I'm working on it. So I might bother Jason or Jesus or both.
Yeah. So if
Jesus,
you run
what
into
time
trouble,
is it?
just give us a call or text.
Text.
Either one.
Text.
Jesus, what is, because Jason is the same time as I am, right? We're in Utah and then he's in Idaho, correct,
Yeah.
Jason?
We're at the same time.
Oh, we're go,
All
bro.
3 of us
After
are at the same
daylight
time.
savings
Nothing's-
is, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, sounds good. I'm good. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we're-
Definitely text, please. I don't always answer my phone.
Yeah.
And I'm not always by my phone, so I don't always respond immediately.
No, that's fine. No worries.
So
if
don't
you
sign
can-
off just yet, everybody. We got one more important thing to discuss.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So we have 4 new assignments that we have to do for this week in addition to what we've done for element A and B.
Okay.
So there's going to be we've gone up to section 12. Now we have 13, 14, and 15. There's 13.1, 14.1, 14.2, and 15.1. And I can share my screen and pull those up if you guys want to take a quick look at them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would you please? Because I haven't even looked over the homework this week.
Just a second. Yep. Give me just a second. I got to pull it up. I thought I had it up,
You're
but
good.
apparently I deleted it. So, Lurban, earlier you were asking about the reflection paper and the information that we're including in that reflection paper about HR strategies.
Yes.
So section 13, 14, and 15, that's where we add those scenes.
Oh, okay. Now, okay, so then, are we gonna create another, is that gonna be another project? With those those sections, or how are we gonna incorporate them?
So it just adds on to the end of the paper.
Okay. So I think these ones will be Jesus, Nefi, and me.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Well, it can be
that's
anywhere.
fair.
Steven is gonna be flying or out of town.
So
And he
Lurban, to
already
clarify, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
So section A starts with 2.1, right? So this is the complete paper, everything consolidated together. So we start with 2.1 and it ended element A ended at 9.5. Then
9.5.
element B started with 10 and then went to 12.
10.1. Yeah.
12.5, I believe it was. And so section 13
Yes.
is for this week. So we're adding this to what we've already written for A and B. And so 13.1 and 13,
No. 14.
correct, yeah. So 13, yeah, I'm just gonna say 13 and 14 and 15.
Yeah.
That's where we're essentially using our reflection papers to use that information to fill in these three sections or these three elements.
And those will be due next week.
Well, they need to be due, yes.
After-
They need to be due in time for
After-
our recorded presentation.
So
Okay.
I think that I'll do 13.
I'll do 14.
Both of 14?
Yeah, 14, 1 and 2.
Nice. I'll do 15 then.
Okay.
So much for ladies first. It's okay.
It's a sinking ship. It's first one's there.
Okay, so then this time everybody should have the reflection paper done by Saturday. So then on Monday I can work on my section because these are related with whatever it is on the reflection
Well,
papers. Oh no.
yeah.
Yeah. And then we're gonna have, so do we want to have these due by next Wednesday?
Well, these have to be done by Monday.
Oh,
So
Monday
what
before our meeting.
I
Yeah.
might suggest something like this. So
Okay.
the reflections are due by Saturday night, right?
Yes.
But after Saturday night, or even before Saturday night, if someone else has posted their assignment early, you can go on and you can read what's on the reflection.
Uh-huh.
And so I think we should just communicate through text about whose we like or what points of each participant we like. Like, for
Okay.
example, I might say, I like this about Neffy's, and I like this about Lurbin's, and I like this about Jesus's.
Okay.
And so then we can
Okay,
just have
so-
some text conversation and some email conversation about what we like so that you guys can start working on it. So that Monday night we can discuss it as a group and have those submitted. Between Saturday and Monday evening, would that give you guys enough time to work on all of these?
Yeah.
But please, we need to have it by Saturday, okay? Because I'll probably have to work on mine on Sunday.
But you're talking about the reflection.
Yeah, the reflections need to be done by Saturday for
Mhm.
sure and be shared. You know, like
Well-
how we need to email them.
Actually,
They're due anyway, right?
they're due on Saturday. But
Mhm.
if we can get them submitted just, early
Friday. That
Saturday
would-
or by Friday, that would help Lurbin a lot.
Yeah. Thank
I
you.
think that's the simple solution, is just to bump up the date by Friday.
Right.
Yeah.
So Lurbin, to clarify,
Okay.
you're submitting your reflection paper in two places. You're submitting it
Yes.
as an assignment, like you've always done for the reflection portion,
Uh-huh.
but you're
Mhm.
also posting it in a group discussion board so that everybody can see it as well.
Yeah.
Do we
So-
have to mail it to the group?
Now, you post it in the group discussion board.
Okay.
Okay, so as soon as you decide, just send me an email because I don't have a text. So
Yeah.
I'll not.
Yeah.
Mhm. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. And so then the section 1501, that is mine, should be done by Monday. When we have our meeting, we'll have all of that already. And that is gonna be also in a Google Doc. So Jason, you're gonna
Google
share
presentation.
Yeah.
Are you going? So if I'm understanding this correctly, we're gonna have 2 Google Docs, right?
Yes, you're correct.
Okay.
I think that's what we'll need to do to keep things.
Clean.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
actually,
We
I
could
think
just
we can
use.
just do it on the same Google Doc because it's not a separate assignment. It's all part of the final assignment. So in the for us, for Nephi, you and I, when we're doing this, we don't have to do the full 3 or 4 paragraphs report. All we're doing is giving a brief statement.
Yeah.
For
A
this.
summary.
Yeah, we can use just one document.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe that'll keep things easier.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So that's
What I might suggest if we use one document, then underneath each section you just have the summarized portion, and then so you'll have one portion for the video presentation, and then you'll have, let me say this different.
Jason, because this is the final one, I mean, we're not actually creating another presentation or document or presentation. All we're doing is adding to the final presentation. So all we need to do is include our illustrations. For example, 14 is asking for a flow chart or the command chart, the organizational chart, or whatever you want to call it. So all I really need to do is include a chart and a brief narration of what it is. Same thing with the other ones. I don't think that we need to do a full report. All we need to do is present a brief, our illustration and then a brief explanation of what it is.
Okay.
Is that going to be part of, so these 13 through 15, those 3 sections, are they going to be part of the of that slide of the video?
Yes, they have to be included in both the video presentation as well as the final written paper.
So then if it's part of the final written paper, then it would be different. It would be like, it will be the same as the other one, is what you're saying, Jesus. It'll be a small, brief summary.
Hold on a sec.
I'm going to stop sharing here for a minute so I can look at some other things too.
Read it.
Paper and then
for the video presentation, it says we need to include at least 3 human resource management ideas from the week 12 reflection. So I don't think we necessarily have section 13 and 14 and 15 completed for the video presentation. We just need to present the 3 ideas.
Okay, so I was totally wrong. Let's see, where's this at? Project 2 presentation. Okay, so Jason, you're going to create, are you going to create a whole new document, putting sections sections A and B together?
Just for the video presentation, just for the summaries. That was my original thought.
Well, I'm going over the stuff here.
Did you check the Polo Project 2 presentation to see how they did?
I haven't looked at it yet, no. But it's 12 minutes long.
Group assignment, presentation, and paper. Okay. So
So
we've got
that
the
one will be the
presentation.
following week. Okay, so then reflection, peer.
So you have the project presentation, which is going to be the video thing, right?
Correct, yes.
And then we have the project paper.
Correct, yes.
So the project paper,
I think
The
You're gonna
project paper should be done, should be completed this week, and then next week, the presentation. Because if you notice, week 13 is gonna be the last week for us. I think that we don't have assignments for week 14.
so, okay. Jason, when do you plan on submitting the group assignment project paper? Because that's going to be where Stephen, you and I need to revise section A1 or section
Mhm.
2, section A, whatever it is.
That's this coming week, right? Like
Well,
this
that's
week,
not-
right now. This
No.
week.
That is
No.
actually not
No?
due until
It's not December 16 or 12th, yeah, 12th.
yeah, the paper is due on the 12th.
So the revisions need to be done in order for us to be prepared to do the video presentation.
Right.
Mhm.
So it sounds like we agreed to do the revisions by this Wednesday.
Mhm.
And we don't have to submit anything. That's just our deadline for our group so that we
Right.
can move on to the next steps.
So
Yeah.
do you want us to add, just go ahead and add to the project 2 paper with sections 13, 14, and 15?
Well, that's what we were discussing earlier. So do you want to do that, or do you just want to create another document and then add it to that other document?
Let's just add it to the existing project 2 document,
Okay.
and then we can take anything that we need to add for the presentation later. We can discuss that Monday.
All right.
Okay.
So by Wednesday, you just summary, no, like a rough draft or like a draft of the
By
things that we're going.
Monday.
But who said Wednesday?
Neffy, that
Nobody.
one's just the revisions for section A.
Oh, for the corrections you needed to.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
That
And-
doesn't
and-
include us, Nephi.
And
Yeah.
what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add our new sections 13, 14, and 15 to project 2 paper, the second week's paper, the one we just turned in.
Okay,
Okay.
sounds great.
And then do you still want me to do a Google document for the PowerPoint the way we
Yes.
discussed?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
the third
one's the
Google
one we
Doc
need
would
to work
be just for the summaries for each element.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I'll see it when I see it.
So Jason, so are you gonna create a Google slide or a Google Doc?
I'm just gonna do a Google Doc.
And then who is gonna, who is gonna create the presentation?
Yeah, as the editor, I'll pull all the information off the Google Doc and put it into a PowerPoint presentation for Monday night.
Okay, okay.
So if you guys can have all that done as quickly as you can, then hopefully Monday night.
Yes, I'll work on.
This is a tight schedule here, so I'm trying to think this through.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, many things.
So we're just gonna I think we're just gonna have to have you guys have it submitted by Saturday. So 13, 14, and
This-
15 should be completed
Yeah.
by
Saturday?
Saturday. That
Yeah.
will
I
give
agree.
me Sunday and maybe if I need to, a little bit of Monday day. To take that information and put it into a PowerPoint slide, and then we can review the PowerPoint Monday night.
That sounds great because you're saying Saturday because you know that we're gonna complete it by
No. We
Sunday.
need to have it. We need to have it by Saturday and the reflection needs to be done by Friday, so we can work those sections by Saturday. I'm totally
Yeah.
agree. And
Yeah, I
then,
was kidding.
no kidding, Nick.
Yeah, because
and then
last time
Jason,
we said something and then we submitted it like later.
I know, never fails, but let's not talk, let's not think about that like that. Let's just be positive, because we need to have the slide presentation, and on Monday's meeting we can just check and see, and then do the recording maybe
Yeah. So
Tuesday.
just to confirm, all of us are gonna defend or speak about our parts in the presentation, right?
If you're willing to, do you want to do it, Nephi?
I mean, I'm just asking because
Yes, Nephi, you want to do it?
So I don't want to force anyone to do it, but I think it would be great if the whole group could be involved.
I
okay,
agree.
so I will do it then.
Your voice is nice, Nephi. It's okay. Don't you like your voice?
It's just that I need to
I don't like
practice
mine.
because some words are kind of complicated to pronounce, but that's fine.
We're on the same boat, so don't worry.
And English is my first language, Nephi, and I still get words mixed up a lot. I have a
I
speech
get
impediment,
confused
I
with
think.
both English and Spanish. So
Jesus, your
I mean,
English is
Spanish
perfect.
for me is perfect. I don't have any.
So
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
too, Nephi, we're not going to be
Nephi-
graded on how perfectly we deliver the presentation. It's more about the subject matter.
Yeah, the
about-
quality. Of what you're
Yeah.
doing. Mhm.
Well, and that's why I like the idea of having that slide, Jason helping us with that and everything, because then we can review it, we can read it, and if we have some words that we don't know how to pronounce or why not, then we can ask the group and they can help us.
Okay, so this
Mhm.
is what I got so far. This is going to be a busy week. Revisions are due by Wednesday night. Reflections due by Friday night. Sections 13, 14, and 15 due by Saturday night. And then that means the summaries with the narratives and any images that you guys want posted would need to be due by Saturday night also.
Wait,
And
wait,
then-
what was that?
So that
I got
keep up with
lost.
this, Lurvin. So the summaries.
Wait,
The summaries for the video presentation. So that's the third Google Doc that I'm going to send out. So that would be due Saturday night also. That way, if it's due Saturday night, then I can have the time to put
yes,
together the PowerPoint slide by Monday night.
okay. Yes. Saturday night, okay.
Yep.
11:59, I'm gonna say, okay. So reflection Friday, 11:59, okay.